So I was watching YouTube one night and this video from a guy called Expert Analysis came into my recommended feed. And my god, it is one of the worst videos I've seen. It's about the Steller Blade PC port, and his arguments for why it's bad is absolutely horrendous. Let's take a look.
Hello, welcome back to a new video. So Steller Blade has finally made its way to the PC and it's kind of boring, bland and disappointing. It is a game full of slim, hot women who do melee combat with aliens. And you might think that sounds pretty cool and everything. And yeah, the women are pretty hot. But it's just like the game has been designed by horny teenage boys, and the kind of people who enjoy this game are probably horny teenage boys who have never seen a real woman in their entire lives.
Nobody better tell him about Bayonetta, because the joy torture attack alone is gonna send this guy into a coma, man.
So I've been dating women for 15 to 16 years, and trust me, real women don't look anything like this. This is what men wish women look like.
My brother in Christ, what are you saying right now? Just because all the women you dated for 15 to 16 years looks like Gorlock the Destroyer doesn't mean there isn't some hot women out there. It's like Shin Jae-yoon, the fucking actress who models for Eva in the game. Or it's like '07 Megan Fox, the goth girl, who's the cashier at Hot Topic. What do you mean this isn't what women look like in real life? You fucking stupid?
They really don't look like this. I mean, look at the size of the bum and the skinniness. Jesus Christ, I have never had a girlfriend who looked anything like this.
I mean, neither have I, and most people who play this game probably have never had a girlfriend or will never have a girlfriend who looks exactly like Eva. That doesn't mean hot women doesn't exist. That doesn't mean that women don't look like this. Are you mentally challenged, homie? Or do you have like some sort of if I don't see it, I don't believe it type mentality, man?
So yeah, they've got nice bums, and if you're a guy, you'll spend half the time zooming up their backsides with the camera angles, and then you get kind of bored with that, and then you start to wonder, okay, what is this game about? This game is basically a boring hack and slash game, which is not really much different to mobile games like Wuthering Whales, or Wuthering Waves, or Genshin Impact, or...
Okay, now I know you're just a fucking dude. Like, how is it that the first thing that popped into your skull when thinking of hack and slash is, number one, calling them boring, the fucking greatest subgenre of action games, number one, calling them boring, and then comparing it to a mobile game like Genshin Impact. That's the first thing that popped in your empty fucking skull was Genshin Impact. Not Devil May Cry, you know, the most popular, most well-known, most played hack and slash title, or God of War, or Bayonetta, or Nier. Is that how you say it? Nier? Is that how you say that game's name? Or fucking Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Instead of those four games and their sequels, of course, if they have sequels, your fucking troglodyte brain went to mobile games. You have to be taking the piss. To have this brain dead take, you have to be, number one, fucking brain dead, or you're taking the piss. This can't be like a real video. Like, what?
which look kind of nice, you know, got good graphics, good animations and everything, but the gameplay is basically just spam two attacks over and over and over again. Spam light attack, charge up a heavy attack, do a bit of dodging, some blocking. That's it really. That's the whole gameplay. You fight against these enemies, these aliens, and you just hack and slash at them over and over again. You build up some kind of boost power or like a guard thing now and then. You maybe get a special attack.
Oh, you mean the basic structure of every single hack and slash game ever made? Have you ever played a hack and slash game other than Steller Blade and the fucking phone game? Fucking and the games on your phone? Have you never touched Devil May Cry? Do you even like them? Is actually the question I should be asking. Do you even like hack and slash games? Because from what I've been hearing from you, you don't. You just do not like fun hack and slash games, which is fine to each their own. But you can't go into a game which has been called a hack and slash in Spectacle Fighters since it released, and then complain that the first mission, or the first couple of missions in that game, follows the basic gameplay structure. You've not only just described every hack and slash game, my friend, you've also described every single melee combat game ever made. Oh yeah, you have light attacks, heavy attacks, you have some blocks, you have dodges, you have a special attack. You just described every game from Dark Souls to, oh my god, from fucking Dark Souls to For Honor, and every game in between. You've described every melee game. Dark Souls, For Honor, fucking Bayonetta, Devil May Cry. All of those games have the same basic structure. You have attacks, dodges, and blocks, and special moves. Like, oh my lord, do you not know that that's like the basic structure of almost every video game? Do you play video games, my friend?
But the gameplay is extremely linear. The gameplay is very dull and tedious and repetitive. So the graphics are okay, I guess, and it does run pretty well, even though my laptop is not one of the best laptops in the industry. So I was quite pleased that it ran smoothly enough, but that wasn't enough to make me want to keep or buy the game.
You know, when most people complain about a port, it's always, about the performance. But at least he's giving the game props, saying it looks good and that it runs good too, even on like a lower powered machine, like he said, on his laptop. But because most people, when they talk about a port, that's the first thing they complain about. So at least he's giving the game some props. But dude, it's a hack. Like, of course, it's a linear game. It is a linear game. It's a story game. It's going to be a linear title. Like, what are you on about, man? Like, what are you talking?
I got kind of bored after a while. The movement mechanics aren't great. I don't know why, but it just seems like it's not very responsive as it could be. The controls also a bit fiddly, like with keyboard and mouse.
Okay, finally, like a good complaint, like a good criticism of the port. Kind of wonky PC controls, but you also have to take into account this game was originally made for, controllers, gamepad and whatnot. Like, I know you're playing on a laptop, like you said, but you don't own a little controller. Like, most people I talk to who play on PC and some on laptops say they at least have it, like a cheapo USB dongle and an old 360 controller. Like, it's either you adapt or you change the keybinds, man. Like, still the only good complaint so far, man.
To dodge, you've got to press shift, which is, you use it with your little finger, which is kind of hard to press. To be honest, I don't really like using my little finger when I'm trying to do complex melee combat with dodging and attacks.
So let me get this straight. When you're complaining about the gameplay, it's basic, repetitive. But when you're complaining about the controls, it's complex. And also, boo-hoo, ooh, my pinky finger, my pinky finger, it's too weak. I have weak pinky finger. Rebind the key then, man. Like, you should know how to rebind the keys. Like, if you don't like it on shift, rebind it to, I don't know, space or any other button that you want, man. Jesus.
It's just not my favorite finger to use. It doesn't have a lot of power. It's not very flexible. I don't know why a button as important as dodging should be used with the weakest finger on the hand. So yeah, I would like to remap it. Probably you can. I couldn't be bothered because this game's shit.
Oh my fucking god, man. Dude, that's like saying, man, I wish my suspension wasn't so tight. I wish you could change that. You probably can, but I don't wanna, cause the car's shit anyways, dude. If you wanna enjoy the game more, and that means rebinding a key, rebind it. Like, why? It's like you're trying your hardest not to like this game. What the fuck, man?
So anyway, you just dodge around, maybe do some parries. The combat is very dull. There's way too many cutscenes of these girls just, I don't know, messing around. And I don't know why they've got such skin tight armor. I don't know if it's supposed to be armor. I guess it's to show off their massive booties.
So we're complaining about cutscenes in a story game. Alright, my friend. And it's also showing you an item in-game. Like how most items should be shown to you in a video game is through cutscenes. And enemy types, too. And also, no. The nano suits are not just there to show off their asses, man. Like what? It's there. It is living skin. Like, if you looked at anything about the game, you could see that it's living skin and that it is an extension of their bodies to help with flexibility and whatnot. I kind of compare it to the plug suits from Evangelion, man. But with, instead of, you know, flexibility and whatnot, it's to help the pilots, from my memory, of course. I don't know if this is true, but from what I remember, is to help them be more connected to the Evangelion unit, man. Like, my lord.
The environments kind of look nice, I guess, but with the constant explosions and rumbling and shaking, it gets kind of annoying. I don't know why there's so much shaking, it just made me feel a bit sick.
Oh, I don't know, dumbass. Maybe it's because you're in a goddamn war zone. Imagine if in Call of Duty, there was 0 explosions going off and fucking bullshit going on. Most people say, that's fucking bullshit. This is a war zone. You're in the same type of zone. You are in a combat zone. You're in a fucking war zone. Like, what? Oh, it made me motion sick. How are you getting motion sick? From staring at a screen. Like, I could maybe understand that if this was a VR game and you're actually moving, but dude, you are sitting down in a chair, staring at a screen and you're getting motion sick? Nobody take this guy on a boat, because he's gonna fucking hurl all over it, man. Christ almighty.
And it kind of disrupted the gameplay in a way. I find the enemy models very boring. Like, I don't know what they're supposed to be. Are they aliens? Are they some kind of zombie?
Oh my lord, dude. If I said that shit about Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, and I was like, I don't know what this is, or what this is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be like, what is this? I would be cold. They would have to fucking check if I have like some sort of mental retard, dude. Like, you are obviously showing all the signs right now, dude. Christ, do you not have eyeballs? How do you think these guys look like zombies? What do zombies look like to you, man?
They don't look intelligent. They're just like these mindless, stupid zombie things, I guess, that rush at you. There's no kind of, you know, it's not like an intelligent alien species that coordinates attacks and has some kind of master plan. It's just like mindless, dumb idiots and then big bosses later on.
Oh my fucking god. Dude, you're at the beginning of the game. Imagine instead of fucking Hell Prides in the beginning of DMC3, they sent to you Fallen as the first enemies you fight. Or instead of in Bayonetta, you just fight the normal, you know, little angels, I can't remember the name, like the cherubs and whatnot. Instead, you fight Glorious, fucking Gracious and Glorious as your first enemy. You know, some of the harder or at least most annoying things to fight in that game at fully maxed out, you know, characters. Like, huh? You understand, like, in every game, you have to have the mindless drones, and then you proceed to fight smarter and smarter enemies, along with the mindless drones. The difficulty with these types of games is, number one, the speed of attacks and the amount of enemies that swarm you, dude. Like, huh? You're getting upset that in the beginning of the game is easy. If you're upset, swap it to hard.
You just get this boring sword which just spins around, doesn't really do anything. And her hair looks like a massive trail of poo floating around behind her back. Maybe if I was a teenage boy, I would think this game looks really cool. But it's the kind of game where I would find it really cool and like fall in love with the characters because I've never experienced a real woman yet. And then I would find it really cool like that, but I'd be embarrassed to let my friends know that I'm playing this, because they'll be like, oh, why are you playing this girly game where you're a girl where she's got a massive bum, and then they'll call me gay, wouldn't they? I want to play a game where I'm a tough alpha male, like a Chad with muscles, ripped, grizzly, and with a beard. I want to play a little woman. I'm not a girl. So if I was a horny teenage boy, I would feel extremely embarrassed to even let people know that I was playing this. So then you got this boss who has two massive red balls for hands, which is, I don't know if that was a sexual innuendo on purpose or not.
You're gay! He's gay! I'm not gay.
Everything's just constantly exploding all the time and blowing up. You think Michael Bay was behind making this game with all the explosions? So unfortunately, I had to give this game a 2.5 out of 10.
A 2.5 out of 10? Okay, now I know you're smoking crack, dude. A 2.5 out of 10 is meant for unplayable games, like Ride to Hell Retribution and whatnot. Dude, are you... Oh my lord. And the funny thing about this, right, is that he ends the video off just saying, graphics look good, the character designs make me feel uncomfortable. And then his video goes silent, and it's just 3 extra minutes of gameplay, because he is trying his best to get some mid-roll ads on this video. Dude, this shit's pathetic. Everybody, as soon as they saw your video, turned their ad blocker on. Like, my lord, dude. Get a grip. Oh, and thank y'all so much for watching this video. You know, like, this guy has some horrid takes, but don't go harass the guy. Don't be a dick. But yeah, I just want to say thank y'all so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe if you want. I've been Logan Rants. Goodbye.